Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. What's going on, traders? Johnny back with another live day trading session. Hope you guys are all having a great start to your day. Today is March 3rd, 2026, and it is 7:27 my time. And boy, have the markets actually taken a dive. Down 2% from yesterday, giving back everything it gained up to 609.92 and some, crossing below 595 all the way down to 592.32, now sitting at $596, down 2% on the day for QQQ. Let me finish sharing my link with the team, and there we go. What a crazy day, guys. Bitcoin also pumping to 67,900. Actually, higher than that. My bad. Let me go to the 5-minute. It pumped all the way to $70,000 for Bitcoin and gave it all back overnight to 66,000. It's now sitting at 67,000. And what I wanted you guys to take a look at was on the 4-hour time frame. It's been doing a really good job getting rejected off of the 200-day moving average, which is the green line. It pumped all the way up to 70,000, got rejected off the green line, and basically been selling off ever since. So still trading within this channel. We're not seeing any lower lows below 60,000. We're not seeing any higher highs above 70,000. So I'm curious to see what happens today for the overall market. I'm excited to be here with you all. Hope we all have a great trading session today. And let's go. Let's start trading. All right, beautiful. We're going to put that there. And MSTZ, man, pumped up from 1092. This was an area I was holding a position. I had a position at $11. It's like 11.30, 11.32, something like that. And I had over 300 shares. If I would have held those shares overnight, we'd be up close to $300 today. But nonetheless, I held 22 shares. I sold 1 share and locked in $21 in profit. So I was able to lock in profits today already. And I bought 100 more shares at $12.22 in case this does decide to rip up. If it wants to sell off, we're going to go ahead and let this sell off. It's only 100 shares at an average price of, I believe, $12.23. Okay, so here we go. Market opens in 3, 2, 1. Let's see what happens here. Now remember, I'll be buying the dip on any of these companies. Well, on MSTR, if it peaks and begins to push higher, then I will simply buy the dip. If it continues to sell off, then that'll be good for the position that we're already holding, the $100 we're already holding. So, yeah, hope you guys are all having a great start to your morning. Excited to be here with you. It is a Tuesday. And we're making money. We made $100 yesterday on Monday. Now $20 this morning. We're up $120 for the week already. Last week we locked in $360 in profits for 5 days of trading. Now remember, my goal is to make $500 a week, or about $100 a day right now with this small account challenge. But once we cross over 5,000, I'll probably, well, more than likely, I'll be moving that daily percent goal up to, it'll be the same percent goal, about 2%. But with more money, you're able to make more profit. So we're looking at probably closer to $200 a day trading in profits. So that's what we're going to be aiming for once we cross over 5,000. And we're very close to that number. Very close to that number. We have another couple $100 days this week, and we will cross over the $4,000 mark in the account. And that is exactly what we want to see here. So let's see here. And remember, in January, we were only making $10 or $20 a day, which was about $100 a week, $400 a month. Then $50 days started becoming more real, and now we're getting those $100 days more and more often. So let's see. Oh, I had a on. Where is it? Markets are trading lower. Let's take a look at QQQ. Okay, good pump up. Yesterday we did see a sharp recovery. It actually pushed up all day long and then sold off an overnight session. I'm curious to see, is it going to do the same thing? Pump up and then sell off, pump up, then sell off. So that is kind of what we're waiting for. We're up $25 on our MSTZ position, so not too bad here. $30. Remember to lock in those profits when you see fit, okay? We're already up 2% on the day. On this position, not on the overall account, on this position. I want you guys to be aware of that. All right, and here in a couple minutes, I want to follow up with you guys on any stocks you guys are looking at. So my bad, yeah. So $5,000, 2% a day would be $100. We're already hitting $100 days with around $3,500. So that's not bad. Sometimes we're hitting 3% days, 5% days. We had a 7% day last week, which is how we're able to grow the account much, much faster. MSTR selling off down to 132. I'm going to go ahead and bring this alert down. Right. We're up 33. I might even take a little off here and then just buy back. Let's see. On the 30-minute, I'd love to see this drop below. When it drops below, it sells off more significantly. Could also find support, but it looks like it already tried to find support and got rejected. So that's good for us. Up to 1240. And man, if I would have just held those 300 shares from yesterday, it'd be up $300 this morning instead of $30. So it's a crazy thought, man. When you start finding consistency, then you look back and you're like, man, I should have just held that position, but I played it safe, and there's nothing wrong with playing it safe. Let me know, what stocks are you watching? Not everyone is trading MSTZ. I'd love to know, what are some companies that you're taking a look at? PDIE, I am waiting ideally sell over 13, but minimally sell over 1280. 190 shares at 1217. Okay. Yeah, I was able to get a super low average yesterday. It was insane because I was buying all within this range right here. Let me show you guys. I was buying all within this range. Sell to lock in those profits in the morning. It was like $87. Bought here, very light. Bought here, sold because I got a little nervous above 1152. Sold, and then I bought some more and had a really nice average moving into today. And then sold 21 shares at 1235 and bought again at 1224. So up 2% on this position. Bitcoin continuing to sell off, make lower lows. QQQ, it's pumping. I'm not getting any alerts anymore. It is pumping. Weird. Weird, I'm not getting those alerts anymore. Oh, because the ask is above 598. Let's go 600. And then we'll do 601. Yeah, there we go. We'll bring this up to 595. You notice I'm doing $1 increments. just in case, because some of these alerts don't seem to be wanting to go off for me. My last buy was 50 at 1160, was buying all the way down and locked up my funds on the way down instead of watching and waiting. Yeah, same with me. I got a little bit too excited about the reversal. So I mean, I bought this one, I bought this one, this one. So, yeah. And then I couldn't use half of my shares because of overnight trading. That's okay. MSTR. I'd love to see MSTR drop below this green line here, right? If it can drop below this green line, we can see more selling pressure. If it holds, it can push slightly higher like we've seen yesterday. See how it held very well above the moving average right here and pumped? It can do the same thing. It's been holding it held Monday, Friday, and Thursday above this line. So I'd love to see it drop below it so we can see more selling pressure. So yeah, we're going to see what happens. Oh man, 12.45 would have been a nice place to sell, locking about $35, but I'm not aiming for $35 today. We're aiming for 100, right? We're going to add 50 more shares at 12.29. Should have got in right here at 12.13. That would have been a better entry. That's okay. Bitcoin slightly getting rejected. MSTR getting rejected as well on the 1 minute. Keep pushing, but getting rejected slightly here. It's not running up as quickly as we saw yesterday. There we go. Looking good. MSTZ. Love to try buying the dip too on a couple of these companies that we see potential in. Sound. American Airlines is below 12. Okay, I'd love to see it back above 12.50. SoFi, it hit 19 yesterday. That's nice. Hood's somewhat selling off from highs of $70. Kind of flatlining a little bit right around this level. Actually, we're going to bring that back down. Netflix up to $99, guys. From lows of 75 to highs of 99. And I was actually in this company around 77 bucks. 32% profit in a week. 32% profit in a week. And we knew it would push up. It was just a matter of time. And it has potential to go up even higher. Look at that beautiful crossover here. Highs of 134, lows of 75, pushing up, now pushing up to 126 potentially. That is a beautiful move right there. Okay, MSTR. MSTR selling off big time, down to 130.89. MSTZ pushed up to 12.54. We're up $60 in a blink of an eye. Blink of an eye. Let's see if this can go lower. Looks like it is going to go lower. Bitcoin down 66,000. %10 on MSTZ. We're going to sell 50 shares right here just to reduce our position size a little bit. We're now back to 100 shares. We're up $65. And we could always get back in, but basically I just want to lock in some profits right now. 130, 1260. We're gonna sell another 50 shares. We're up $69. And we're gonna get out. We're just gonna get out right there at 1260. It is a previous resistance. Now this can break out more. We could always buy in again, but 1260 seems to be previous resistance. And we're up $68. $68. 3% on this one position that we took. And I'm happy with that. We only had about 150 shares. You know, if I would have bought 100 shares right there, we would have had 200 shares, and then we'd probably be up $100 on this very small move. But I played it safe and only had 150 shares. We were able to lock in $70 so far on the day. Now let's see what happens. This recovers slightly, coming back up. We can buy the dip again, right? We can buy that dip again. What I want to see is Bitcoin drop below. So what I did a good job was locking in profits here at a common support level for Bitcoin. If this finds support, it can rally up to 70,000 again, and we could be holding MSTZ for another day or two. If it drops below this support level on the 200-day moving average, it can sell off to 65,000, 63,000, even lower. But right now, I'm just waiting to see if we get that drop below and if it's going to hold below. Because even when it drops below, it seems to recover and then have a huge move up, okay? So what we're doing a good job is just holding and waiting. Same with MSTR. We want to see it drop below this green line, right? It's a common support level. So we want to see it drop below, what is this, 130. It drops below 130, and we're going to be looking pretty. But again, it doesn't have to. It could actually rally, and it could begin to push up. So we did a good job locking in profits right there. And again, I had a good average, so here we go. Bitcoin looks like it's pulling back. QQQ also, same thing, right? It could find support here and begin to rally. It pushed up to 599. Didn't look like it could hold. Beginning to sell off more. We could potentially get down to 590 because it got up to 599. That's what I meant to say a second ago. It got up to 599 and got rejected, whereas before it would hold above 599, 600, and had a lot of support around 600. Do you guys remember that last week? It was frustrating to see how much support QQQ could hold above 599, $600. Now it's below it, testing it as what, guys? A resistance level. Now 599 is acting as a resistance. So we'll see if it holds or if it begins to rally. Bitcoin slightly underneath that green line, but it's been under that green line before and rallied. It's been underneath it all the way down to 65,000 and rallied. So we really want to be careful with this one. Yep, looks like MSTR is already curling over. Going to come back up and retest this 45-day EMA line or the 200-day moving average. Could potentially go back up and retest. And then we could just get back in. Get back in at a lower price and sell that high again. And it doesn't have to actually play out that way. Okay. Still looking here. Netflix, Nvidia, lows of 173 to highs of 179. Amazon kind of flatlining. Apple still sort of selling off. Google not really doing much. ABGO not doing much. Tesla sub 400. Tesla is sub $400. Microsoft kind of trading horizontally. Meta trading horizontally. VIX index is at a extreme high, guys. Remember, when it's above 20, the markets are more volatile and are more likely to sell off. And we're seeing that today. A lot of selling pressure. VIX index is up to 25. Here we go. Looks like it's selling off a little more. And there we go. There's a break below 130. MSTZ up to 1270. Which means on the 30-minute, yep, selling off. Selling off. I think we'll entertain the thought of holding 100 shares. I guess I could have at this point. Man, should have held my 150 shares. At 1260, another 15 cents. Be about another $20. Yeah, another $20 easily. Sold for $100 profit, locked it in. Good job, PDIE. Good job. Good job today, sir. The 1 hour time frame also testing, right? It broke the 30-minute. Now it's testing the 1 hour. I'd love to see this come down even further. Man, that was cool. Good job, team. Good job. QQQ is also going to have to break this moving average. Gotta break this moving average. Looks like it's going to happen. I don't know if I want to get back in just yet. Yeah, I don't know if I want to get in. Also, guys, check out this. The Trade Your Plan, Not Your Emotion mug. This is available. The 5th link in the description or the first pinned comment in the comment section. You can buy this and help support the channel. I'll get a small percentage because I am an affiliate with Amazon. So I'll get a small little kickback for promoting their services. BTC is below that level now. MSTR also below. Remember, this is a common support area, so they can always reverse and push right back up. MSTZ up to 1280. That's where people are actually beginning to take profits. So it doesn't really make sense to get back in at this moment in time. QQQ not really making lower lows either. We'll see what happens here. SQQQ is up 6%. Now TQQQ would be the way to go. Starting to average into a nice position on TQQQ for when the markets do actually recover. I mean, that's 10%. On $1,000, that's $100. On 100 shares, that's $400. So close to 500. So I'm interested. I'm interested to see when the market begins to recover. We buy a little TQQQ for $40 a share. Even this crossover here is almost $1 per share. It's like 80 cents a share. 100 shares, $100. Locked it in. PDIE said not 100, 81.70. Hey, that's not bad. 3.5%. I made 3.29% and locked in $68. So we're right there, man. Locking in 3% a day. That's 15% a week. Imagine that. 15% a week. And that actually is my goal. It has been for a long time, making about 10 to 15% every single week. That is 40 to 60% a month in profits, guys. It adds up very quickly. You think, oh, 2%'s not that much, 3%'s not that much. It really is. When you add it up and you're consistently profitable, you can grow an account very easily. Well, you can grow an account very quickly. I'm not saying that it's easy. Ugh. 100 yesterday, or 20, 100 yesterday, 20 this, 70 today. We're up $170 for the week. We're already halfway to our profits from last week. Beautiful. MSTR, let's let this pump up, and we'll buy the dip again on MSTZ. QQQ, not really doing much. And let me know, what are some other companies you guys are watching? I'd love to know. If there's any other companies you're looking at here today. Nice. PDIE, 2-day total to 91. I know you had some good days last week, though. I'm curious, how much money did you make last week? Because you're the one sharing your P&L as well. Like, you made, was it $700 in January and 200 or 300 in February? Or was it the other way around? 200 or 300 in January, 700 in February. I don't know, but I think you just crossed, what, $1,000? So you already grew your account by 50%. Well, you're taking profits out, which is smart, but you've already gained, what, 50% in 2 months? Pretty cool. See how Bitcoin found support? For now, Bitcoin did find support for now. So it dropped below, and that's where a lot of people get trapped. Like, oh, it's below the level, I'm going to buy and short. When in reality, it never really held below or confirmed it was below the moving average, right? It dipped down for a brief second and popped right back up. And that's why MSTR is up right now. So we would have bought at 1270, 1280, we'd be giving our profits back right now. So we're going to wait for this to sell off, confirm that it actually is going to be selling off again, and then we can buy back into MSTR. Over 735 in January, 355 in February, and 90 for the first part of March. Congrats, man. That's all you right there. That's all you trading MSTZ and MSTU on a consistent basis, showing up every day. And honestly, I think the hardest part is showing up, right? There's a lot of people that want to trade, and then they can't wake up in the morning to trade. There's a lot of people who want to make money, but they don't give themselves time to learn how to make money. So you are amongst the elite, the 1% that actually show up on a daily basis. Proud of you, man. Proud of you. You should be proud of yourself too, buddy. Once I got to 2K rolling profits into cash management account, once that hits 1,500, I'll work on building account value. Nice. Yeah, because you're getting a Tesla charger for his house. That's cool. You're so close. You're so freaking close. 180, 1,080. What are you at, like 12, 1,100? You're like at 1,100 and some change? You're so close, my friend. MSTR looks like it wants to curl over. We could see a lot of consolidation at this level now, at this point, just because Bitcoin is kind of consolidating itself. So we'll see. Do we get another leg down? Found a lot of support right around this level too. I want to showcase that to you. You can see right here, it found a lot of support around 66.4. So draw your lines on the 5-minute or the 1-minute and then zoom out and see, do those lines make sense anywhere else? Yeah, look at all the consolidation around 66.4. Zoom out to the 30-minute, it's almost perfectly aligned with that moving average. Zoom out to the 1 hour, perfectly aligned with the moving average. So it would make sense why there's so much consolidation around this green line, okay? Now we want to see a break below this level and stay below this level. Because if it does, then we can see another leg down. But usually it seems to hold very well around this level. So we're watching MSTZ up to 1270 still. MSTR to 130. QQQ to 595.70. So it looks like it's beginning to sell off still, but a lot of consolidation, right? Right around this 45 EMA. When it's below it, it acts as resistance. When it's above it, it acts as support. And right now it doesn't know what it wants to do. Support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance. So just a lot of consolidation at the moment. And I would love to buy some TQQQ. I think I'm going to start loading up on this position because it is coming to previous support levels. But again, this can go lower if QQQ wants to sell off more. It definitely can, okay? There's nothing saying that QQQ can't sell off even more than it already is. It's below all three of these lines here. There is no support in sight except maybe the moving average at 586 potentially. And there we go. Looks like QQQ making a lower low on the day, but it needs to drop below 594, 594.20 to actually see this begin to sell off even more. Another leg down, maybe back to 590 again, down in this level. VIX index up to 26. MSTZ up to 1283. Let's do this real quick. Blessed day. And shit, brother. Keep up the great work. Yep, he's doing good. We're both locking in profits, man. We're both locking in some decent profits. I have about 800 toward the charger install. Started with 15. Got that to 2K to trade. Then rolls all profits into another account once I got 2K to trade with. 807 toward the charger install. Needs 700 more, and then it's account building, baby. Nice. Got to give him some kudos, some love, some hearts, some celebration. Yes, good job, my friend. Good freaking job. And we actually just crossed over. Well, we crossed over $3,000. What I like to do is give you increments, right? Because it fluctuates. I can be up 34 and then down 33, and then up 36 and then down to 32, and then up to 38 and then down to 35. So what I like to do is when we cross over a milestone of $1,000 in the account and I hold above for at least a week or so, then I'll share those screenshots with you. So our last one, we were up. We started with 2,000. I gave you guys a screenshot in the Discord. We crossed over 3,000, and we're really close to crossing over 4,000, guys. We are super close to crossing over $4,000. We started the week around 35. Yesterday was 36. Today's almost 37. So we're just like $300 away from $4,000. You see that we crossed this number on the 23rd of February. The 23rd of February. Now we're up about 36 and some change, almost 37. So we've almost doubled our account in 2 months. Beautiful. Oh man, I played it safe, man. We'd be up $400 today if I held from yesterday, and even today, be up another $30 or $40. Holding 150 shares from this morning, but hey, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. MSTR wants to make a lower low. We really need to be watching Bitcoin and QQQ, right? Because MSTR seems to be reacting very well to these two. If QQQ rallies, MSTR will rally. If it begins to sell off, then MSTR will sell off. Same with Bitcoin, right? So I'd love to buy more, but I would not want to buy at all-time highs for right now on MSTZ. Could it go to 13? Yes. Could it go to 16 in a rare case? Yes. But it doesn't seem to be moving as much as it used to either. So Bitcoin's still pushing. And the markets recover, I'd like to buy into TQQQ. This offers a very nice percentage if the markets recover, even just at the moving average, 6%. We can get up to $50 again. That's a 10%, $5 per share. You have 100 shares. It makes, but only when we see confirmation that the market's going to rally, right? 595 is really low for the market compared to 643 back in January. It's pretty low, right? Now we're going to draw a line at 590 because it's touched 590 before. And let's see what that looks like when we zoom out on the chart. Oh, that's on the 4-hour time frame. Let's look at the daily. That's right around the 586 moving average. And if it can hold a couple more days at this level, the moving average will go up to 590, and then we could potentially see a nice support around 590. Do I buy QQQ directly? No. I mean, why would I, right? QQQ is up almost $600 in share price, when I could buy way more shares worth at $46, and it's triple leveraged. So when QQQ moves up 1%, TQQ goes up 3%. When QQQ sells off 2%, TQQQ sells off 6%. So on this 2% recovery, we can make 6% on TQQQ, and it's all about percentages, right? I mean, I could have 100 shares of QQQ. It would cost me $59,000, and it's going to move up 2%. Compared to TQQQ, I could own 100 shares at only about 4,600, so way cheaper to get in, and it moves 6%. And that's what I love about that. But no, I don't own any QQQ directly. Thanks for asking. Great question. Okay, Bitcoin looks like it's trying to hold and push up higher, which is fine. Let it, right? Let it. There we go. Look at this calendar real quick. All right. MSTR curling back over, so I'm glad we locked in profits where we did. Even if it was at the exact price where I locked in profits at right now currently, pushed up to 1287, coming back down to retest. Not saying this can't continue to the upside, as MSTR could continue to sell off, but right now it's holding very well right around this level. And of course I'd love to see MSTR sell off more. It doesn't mean it has to happen. Here we go. QQQ 595. Wouldn't mind buying a little bit more right here for a scalp. 1268. 20 cents. I could make that $20 I wanted. Bitcoin. Bitcoin's holding above that moving average, right? We want to see this drop. Drop below that level. Yeah, I think we're just going to play it safe for now, guys. We're going to play it safe. All right, what other companies do you guys want to look at or see? I'm ready for another cup of coffee. It's holding. Looks like we're getting a lot of selling pressure. Seems to be holding though. I'm not trying to get back my profits like I did yesterday, right? At the beginning of this session, I was up $87, and then you guys seemed to give it all the way back. And then I recovered it toward the middle of the day by bringing my average price super low. I mean, we sold way up here. I bought here, very small. I bought here, and then I bought really heavy down in the 11s to where my average share price was like $11.49. And because I had so many shares, it pushed up to $11.55. And we were able to make back and lock in $92 yesterday. Then I held my 20 shares. We made 20 bucks today. We're up 68. And I'd hate to buy and then give it all back again and have to dig myself out of that hole. So just going to be waiting. Going to be patient. Again, like I said, I already talked with you guys. If Bitcoin drops below this moving average, then we can get more selling pressure and more bearish sentiment on Bitcoin. If it holds above this level, then we can see this begin to rally and push higher, bringing in more bullish sentiment. And again, that goes along with MSTR. If MSTR can break below this level like Bitcoin will or does, this will sell off. If it holds the way Bitcoin's going to hold at support level, same way, it could push up. And that's all we're waiting on right now. So just wanted you guys to be clear about that. And also right now it's like a 1-1 risk to reward, right? It'd be different like it'd be different because let's see, long position. I mean, see, it's a 1-for-1 basically. So you're risking what, 8% to lows, 8% to highs. So a 1-for-1 risk to reward. If MSTR is going to drop, then wouldn't it have made sense to short it up here? And a lot of us did in the chat, right? A lot of us have already done that where we bought at those peak levels, and now we're waiting to see if we get more reward out of it. But this might be an area just to lock in profits, right? We risked 1 or 2% to make a decent amount. You know, that's a decent risk to reward, and it already played out according to plan, right? Now, do you push your luck and try to get all the way down to this level? Or do you sell your position, you lock in profits, and then maybe you wait to get back in? Looks like it's dropping below. Bitcoin not really selling off. Yeah, that's not really selling off either. Why is MSTR selling off? It's just kind of consolidating. And if that was confusing, then, you know, we could look at it this way, right? Doesn't it make more sense that we bought down at 11s? We had a support maybe around 10.10, right? Or a stop loss. And we're aiming for up here. Doesn't that make like more sense? We're risking 5 or 6% to make 20. And it's already pushed up to 1280. So literally it was a 5% risk to a 15% reward. That was a 1 for 3. 1 for 3 risk to reward. And I know a lot of people are more like over here, watch. They bought at 13 or even 12. We'll go 13. They bought at 13. Now, a lot of you guys bought at what, 12.50-ish, risking down to 12 and wanting to see this push up to 13. So, I mean, that's still a very small 1 for 1, basically. That's a 1 for 1. But by reducing your position average, that was a nice move. A 4 for 14. So that was a 1 for 3 risk to reward. So it's all about risk to reward and knowing when to lock in profits and cut losses. And I think we did a really good job at that over the last couple of days. Bitcoin still pushing. MSTR hovering. QQQ consolidating. Bitcoin, I guess you could say it's still consolidating. And MSTR consolidating. So, yeah, that's where I'm going to end the live stream here, guys. You guys kind of know my trade plan. I'll keep you guys updated in the trade ideas section like I always do. If I make any buys or sells, I will let you guys know. All right, so thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day. And let's remember to end the year on a green note, team. Later, guys.